Yo, what's up, Blue Bloods? This is Brandon Holmes here from the Blue Bloods College Game Time Podcast. Listen, and I'm coming here to discuss the biggest game of my life, the biggest game that was on the college football slate yesterday. That was number 2 Ohio State versus number 5 Michigan. Listen, this is a game that everybody thought Ohio State could possibly and probably would run away with based upon prior history. We saw what they did in Michigan State the week before. They have 3 future first-round picks at wide receiver. All 3 of those guys are going to eclipse 1,000 yards by the end of the season. They had 4-star starting quarterback C.J. Stroud, who is a Heisman frontrunner coming into this week. And let's not forget about the 5-star running back, true freshman running back, Travion Henderson, who had already ran for over 1,000 yards and was getting ready in this game to surpass the most touchdowns had by a freshman running back or a freshman period on the team. But here is why you play the game. Michigan proved you play the game and it's not played on paper. Michigan got back to what they were going to do. Jim Harbaugh said at the top of the season, Josh Ross, Aiden Hutchinson, Cade McNamara, they all said that this team was different. They all said that Michigan was going to be different this year, and Michigan proved to be different. And yes, we have a 1,000-yard rusher. Hassan Haskins should be getting invited to the Heisman Trophy ceremony. He should. 5 touchdowns has never happened. And I have a lot to say about Michigan that I will discuss later. But this is what I got on here to say. If there's one person on that team who deserves more accolades, who's been snubbed, he actually got snubbed off the Best Defensive Player award list, it's Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson, by far, might be the best football player in America. Aiden Hutchinson, by far, should be getting invited to New York to be a Heisman finalist. And I know the Heisman has now become a quarterback award, but the Heisman stands for the most outstanding football player in the country. And Aiden Hutchinson has justified why he deserves to get invited. Listen to his stat line right here. This is what we have. Aiden Hutchinson has 54 total tackles. That's 32 solo, 22 assisted. He has 12 sacks. He has 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 3 pass deflections. Listen, that's just the statistics. If you watch this man from front to finish, no one affects the game. No one changes the dynamic of a game like Aiden Hutchinson. He is the heartbeat of this Michigan team on both sides of the ball. He is the lifeline. He is the blood that gets this thing going. And I would challenge the Heisman committee to step outside of their typical box of what looks good and what it has been. And let's get back to the roots of what the Heisman Trophy is supposed to be about. The Heisman Trophy is about the best outstanding football player in the country. And I am willing to be challenged. There has not been a better football player from beginning to end who has not had one bad game, who has not had one off game, who has not just changed the trajectory of every game he has been in like Aiden Hutchinson. The guy has broke the Michigan record for sacks this year, with potentially, because they're going to the Big Ten championship game next week, and if they win that, then they go to the playoff, and then if they win that, they go to that. He still has 3 games to go. He potentially still has 3 games to go. And I think it would be a disservice if we go to the typical route, which I like Bryce Young. Guess what he's done at Alabama has been great. But look at what Alabama always has. I like C.J. Stroud, even though he plays for Ohio. But look what C.J. Stroud had. Aiden Hutchinson willed this team from a 2-win team last year to now they're 11-1, going to play for a Big Ten championship title. And let me add this last little caveat, and then I'm done here, and then I'll let you guys go. But this is what I'm saying. If there is no Aiden Hutchinson, is David Ojabo potentially a top 10 pick next year? David Ojabo, who's the other end of the bookends of Michigan football, has been having an outstanding year. But his success has to be attributed and accredited to Aiden, because Aiden demands so much attention. Listen, I love my boys in blue. I think David's going to be a first-round talent regardless. Regardless, he's a first-round talent. But we cannot strip away what the greatness of college football is honoring all the great players and say Aiden Hutchinson, not only does he deserve an invite to New York, but there should be a strong chance that he should win the Heisman Trophy. That's all I have to say for that. This is Brandon Holmes with the College Blue Bloods podcast. We love you guys. Stay tuned in. Peace.